Okay guys, this is the Infinity demo board that I built now that we've added just a little bit of decoration, shall we say. There's a couple of hiding places in there. I think it's a really solid board. I think it's ready to be completely used over and over and over and over again. Nice thing is that because the boards are cut up into 2x4 sections, I can take this board, turn it around, and it kind of becomes a little bit of a different map. And I can do that with the other side as well. Once we build out one more board, effectively that gives us some sort of combination, like 18 different boards or something like that, that we could potentially be playing on. Or at least different designs. So now on to the actual game. Just so as a reminder, we're going to be playing. I'm going to be playing the Aleph on the far end, and on the near end, Ian's going to be playing the Haqqislam. We got a roll to see who goes first. Now the roll is determined by basically your willpower.
Yeah, your lieutenant's willpower stat. So you do have to reveal that at the beginning.
Just the stat, not the
stat. You don't have to reveal who your lieutenant is. That would be bad. But you do have to declare, you know, at the beginning with your face-to-face roll, what the willpower of your lieutenant is, which starts the guessing game for your opponent of like, well, who is his LT? In this case, it's actually fairly simple because he knows, based on what I have here with the Haqqislam, one of the Ghulams has to be my LT, and likewise, I know one of the myrmidons has to be the LT.
Because the Sofotech can't be.
Nope. They don't let doctors lead troops.
I think he's been trying to learn.
With that in mind, I have a willpower of 14. Your willpower.
I also have a willpower of 14.
So we just do a straight roll off.
The match.
I
got 11.
I have a 9.
Okay, so that means I'm going to go.
You've won the roll, so it's a face-to-face willpower roll. Now Brian has the choice of whether he wants to choose who goes first, or whether he wants to choose who deploys first.
Now, this might seem counterintuitive for a lot of people playing various different kinds of games because logically you'd go, well, you'd want to go first. That way you set up after he sets up, and you get to move before he gets to move. The problem with this, though, this logic is that if I decide to go first,
I'm going to choose to set up second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you choose to go first, then I'll make you deploy first and sort of reveal your hand, and then I can deploy to take advantage of that.
But he doesn't even have to do that, quite honestly, because what Ian can do, especially with the kind of army that he's playing with the Haqqislam, he could literally just take the high ground. And in a way make it so that no matter how I try to approach him, because my guys are really designed for close combat, they're not designed for long-range combat. Really, that he could effectively have the high ground and keep me from being able to encroach on him anyways. But with that in mind, I think I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to go first.
You're going to go first? All right. I'm going to go ahead and let you deploy first, and I will let you deploy first on that side.
Okay. Unfortunately, I had to bring a tape measure. Did you?
I did. Got this one. Are you cool with Granville Medical Center?
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. I love those people.
Sounds good.
Now, my deployment is 10 inches, is that correct?
12.
12 inches.
12 inches from that table edge.
So you guys can see it's actually, you know, a pretty substantial amount of room for me to deploy.
And you get to hold a model in reserve.
Oh, that's right.
It's always been sad because when I originally played.
As do I.
That's true.
But your reserve model will be deployed after I deploy the bulk of my troops, but before I place my reserve model.
Right.
I'm guessing your reserve model is going to be a sniper.
Yes. Most likely. I don't know. I could reserve the Jambazan.
Well, he's already going to know where most of my stuff is deployed ahead of time, so it might not matter. Like, if I was playing JSA, I'd want my guy who starts the board completely camouflaged to be my...
Yeah, your reserve dude. And that makes reserve deployment kind of weird, because instead of like reserve deployment, so let's say this is my deployment, here's my reserve figure. Normal reserve deployment, it's like, okay, so you're deployed, I'm deployed, these are my guys here, I'm going to put my Laseek like here as a reserve. That's a normal reserve. With the Onuaban, he doesn't have to do that, so he's got his stuff here, he's like, okay, I've deployed my reserve figure.
Yeah, and I'm done.
And it's literally like that.
Yeah.
I've deployed my reserve figure. Then he just goes and like writes on his list where he put it.
Or like he said, what I did last time was I took my flip camera, filmed a little piece of the terrain where I deployed him. Just in case there was any questions, I like to maintain a friendly game.
Usually it's on the honor system. Maybe in a tournament game with somebody who's like really into it, which honestly guys, it's Infinity.
Yeah.
You can't get really into it. Like,
well,
you can be a fan, but if you're getting like win at all costs in a system that has crits, like, really? You can't math hammer that.
That's what I like about this game.
The math gets really weird when you take into account the fact that, like, on a specific result, pretty much any time I roll, if I can roll at all, I have a 5% chance that it's an automatic success and you die.
Yeah, I tried doing math hammer stuff one time.
It makes
Discard a lot.
does not compute.
So at this point, I have put my myrmidons here, and my Sophotek is in reserve.
Seems pretty good. Myrmidon's lined up on the 12. Nice. All right.
Got to get to you.
Cool. I'm gonna keep a Laseek viral in reserve.
I think I want to glue some of these barrels together.
I think that'd be a lot easier.
Because at no point am I going to be like,
I need one barrel. Let's take this one barrel and put it right there.
no.
Just lots of random scattered pepper.
Yeah, not going to happen.
Yeah, the glued barrel sets look pretty well good.
Yeah, they do. But the fact that it only has to be knee high means quite literally didn't have to stack them at all. I could have been like that. It's the same color. Right?
It could block line of sight though. So that's a different thing. I love the like chemical drums that are probably like full of, I don't know, something important. Whereas these are like barrels that remind me of like back when America was being founded. They had those kind of barrels of exporting tobacco.
Nice, yeah. Well, it's oil drums versus wooden barrels.
Alright, so you got the Muyib kind of in cover over here, we got the Jambazan in cover right there.
Okay.
We have a Gulam, we have a Gulam, we have a Gulam, we have a Gulam Doctor.
Okay.
And your reserve figure, sir.
Alright, so the Sophotek, I think, is going to go right there.
Seems good. So, I am going to go ahead and put my viral Laseek. She's going to be hanging off this wall here.
Okay.
With climbing plus. So I'll get something to stack her on. Just to represent that or something.
So your dudes are all really well hidden.
It's almost like I'm going second, right?
Yeah, seriously. So you have your doctor there, Gulam,
Laseek, Muyib, Jambazan.
Okay.
Sophotek, Myrmidon.
That's too complicated.
Way too complicated. I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
I suggest shooting.
Basically.
Not that I know anything about this game.
So I'm gonna go ahead and use an order and the team
how they give
Yeah.
tokens as like.
So we're gonna go ahead and have this guy move up, and
Do you have a full place at a
his
time?
movement is 4-4.
4-4 should be.
That was my fourth, right? Yeah.
Sophotek's 6-4. Wow. Let's see. I'm gonna have him hug the corner.
Okay, so he's not gonna
No, he's not gonna.
provoke some arrows. Sounds good. Yep. Sounds good.
Right
Fine.
And then the second one,
Yeah.
Second skill.
yeah, he's just gonna move up again, but move right there.
Okay.
This guy is going to go ahead and spend another order. Notice that I'm moving multiple myrmidons because I don't want to. So I actually have 6 orders, right? Because one's my lieutenant.
Technically, the lieutenant special order isn't part of your order reserve,
Okay.
but you don't have to let me know when you're using it. Right. It's like, I'm going to spend this order, and I'll be like, is that 6 orders? Okay, so his lieutenant has moved, so I know it's got to be one of the models that he moved. Because the lieutenant special order can only be spent on the lieutenant unless he has a special ability that lets him do otherwise, which is very rare. So he's basically going to want to move all of his myrmidons if he's going to use all 6 of his orders. Or he could just use 5, and then I'm like, well, maybe he didn't move his LT at all, so that might be the one.
I don't think you have line of sight, but I figured I'd let you take a look.
Show me the path again. Yeah, no. You're not that tall.
Yeah.
Okay, seems good.
You're at 9.
All right. Nothing.
So when I go up, it has my movement, or
Yes, it'll have your movement if it's an obstacle that's at least as tall as the miniature. Yeah.
I think the sandbags still block your line of sight.
Yes, they will. But my Gulam over here can see just fine.
Okay, go ahead and fire.
So she's going to declare. What is this? So we're probably going to be, even if we're in +3 range, you have ODD, so that would put me at a -6 to shoot you, -3 for cover. So it's effectively -6 on my terrible BS already.
You never know. You critted me last time when we had this scenario.
Crits do happen, so I'd be shooting at like 11 minus.
You're looking at 19 inches.
Okay, so it's a -3 for cover, so it's -12 total.
Yeah.
I actually can't shoot you.
Because it'd be a -1, right? Your BS.
Yeah, it reduces. My BS is only 11 with a Gulam, but she can dodge on a 10, so she's going to try and dodge.
I haven't even fired at her.
Yeah.
Exactly, but
Okay.
you moved in my line of fire, so she's like, oh crap, a myrmidon! Better get out of the way.
Gotcha. Okay.
So she's going to dodge. What are you going to do for the second half of that movement?
That is my second half.
Oh, well, so she just gets a free dodge then.
Yeah.
On a 7, she will get to dodge, and that will be 2 inches of movement that gets me out of your line of fire.
That's good for me.
Yep. She's going to be like that.
It's actually kind of clever how you did that, because you're getting extra movement and not in your turn.
Yep.
Okay, so that was my 3rd order. Spending my 4th order.
Oh man, that guy's moving. Okay, nothing so far.
Okay, I'm gonna get. This is your opportunity.
All right. I'm going to shoot you.
Go ahead.
I'm going to shoot you with the Seek.
The good news is that I still have my crazy armor.
To check. Well, it's viral, so if I hit, you don't.
No, I'm saying to dodge it, right? Or make it more difficult for you to hit me.
Flashy shoot or no shoot.
Yeah, ODD. Yeah, you've got ODD. So I'm within my +3 because I'm inside 36 inches with a sniper rifle.
Okay.
So that's going to be +3 for me. You're not in cover, but you do have a -6 from ODD, so that makes me +3 from range, -6 from ODD. So it's a net -3 to my BS of 12, so I will hit you on a 9.
Yep. You've been rolling well. No.
18 will miss.
That's fantastic.
So you have to roll lower to hit.
Yes.
Okay.
So you get a myrmidon in there now.
So now I'm going to go ahead and spend another order.
And move the myrmidon again.
Yeah, but I'm moving right along this edge because I want to stay out of your line of sight. So.
Yep. Seems good.
That completes my movement.
Yep, we're good.
Because again, the bridge helps me out there.
Yep. All right. So the Sophatech didn't move.
Nope.
Is the Sophatech your LT?
Can't be.
I know. I'm joking.
Is the Sophatech? my last
It's
word.
not guess who. The game is not over once you guess the lieutenant.
Yeah.
That'd be a funky mission. All you have to do is identify who the LT is.
That's funny.
Does he look like a Sophatech?
But this is only because I really want to get into some combat for turn 1. I don't know if it, but I would assume that demo players would make these kinds of not necessarily smart tactical decisions.
All right, so he's gonna move like that.
So it should be good.
Yep, you'll get a shot from him. You won't get a shot from the Seek yet. So what's your second skill gonna be for that order?
Shooting at you.
Shoot back.
Yep. I'm assuming that the combi rifle is the best.
Pass me the.
For good reason. I have
You're assuming that the combi rifle is the best weapon to shoot me
I
with?
should have been using smoke grenades.
You can use smoke grenades and just like none of these guys can see you then. Yeah.
Whatever. I want to just fire. Sometimes you just gotta.
So we're definitely.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so that guy.
You're within your 16. More importantly, I'm not within 8, so I still get my +3 for having a regular rifle. Because I don't have a combi, so I don't have the extra +3 at short range.
Well, I just realized I have a boarding shot.
Oh, so you're not within 8, so that's a -3 penalty to shoot for you then.
Okay.
And then a -3 for my cover. And then, so you're at -6 to shoot me. I'm at -3 to shoot you.
Well, I could have made a better decision there then.
So you get 2 shots with a boarding shotgun, or 1 shot, but then it is AP.
You don't have that much armor.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go 2 shots.
So 2 shots versus my 1, which will hit on 11 -3 8s.
Okay.
So I'm on 8 or less. You're on 6 or less. I have a 10.
Nothing.
Nope. Miss.
Okay.
I would run experience.
Seems cool. Is that it?
I'm done. That's all my 6 orders. He's way out in the open. He's gonna be mauled.
Basically.
He's at least almost 2 inches from everything.
I don't have that many.
So I have 3 Ghulams. Ghulam Doctor. Lasik.
So that
Muyib.
the combat was being done up there. So I'm going to do a quick review of everything that happened this turn, just so to make sure you got. If you don't mind moving this camera back and forth for me.
Absolutely.
Okay. So again, Aleph with 5 models, 1 for my lieutenant order. Moved my first myrmidon here, second myrmidon here, third myrmidon moved up to here, scaring the Ghulam rifle person who was right there, who jumped down. The Sophatech didn't move, but the last guy did 2. Wait a minute, that's not right. That's only 5.
No, he did 3 orders, didn't he?
No, because
Did he not?
4, 8,
12.
Because all the focus connects are.
He did 2 orders, I guess, to get there.
Yes, that means I still have 1 order left. Do you care if I take it?
Not particularly. Go ahead.
Okay.
So what do you want to do? You feeling lucky, punk?
Yeah, I'm feeling super lucky.
All right.
Did he take 5 orders or 6?
Because it did. 1 guy moved there.
Because every Myrmidon has moved, so
Right.
you're not going to
But I
expose.
didn't move the.
You didn't move the Sophatech.
Right. So
And he took 2 orders. So
exactly.
He
so
took
that's 5
orders.
So
So you have a 6th
used my
order.
lieutenant
You have
order
used your lieutenant order
somewhere
already.
in there.
Okay. I mean, I figured every Myrmidon has moved, so seems good. So he's going to move up like that and shoot,
Yeah. So basically, I want to make sure I'm staying in
staying out of line of sight of her.
out of sign and with cover against your dude.
This cover is good.
The Lasik's not going to be able to see you. This dude's, but he can shoot you while you're running to cover. I get
That's
to
fine.
pick when
No,
I
that's
shoot.
fine.
So yeah. So I'll still be hitting on 8s. You'll be hitting on. If you shoot when you get to the corner, you'll be shooting at straight BS -3. So then +3 for range. So because I don't know. Are you check the tape measure? You need to make sure that you're within 8. You are actually just shy.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, by a hair, because we measure from the center of the base. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, you're a man of honor.
I'll give it to you.
That.
It's whatever. I knew that's what you wanted to do, so I'm like, yeah, no. So you're shooting on your 12. I'm shooting on.
No, shoot on my 9, right? Because you're still behind cover.
Yes, but you're in +3 range now,
Oh, so
and that's
okay.
the only negative that I have.
Right.
So you're shooting at 12. I'm shooting at 8. I have a 5.
9.
9 beats the 5. So Ghulam takes a hit. Needs to make an armor roll. So damage on a boarding shotgun is 14. versus my armor on a Gugulam, arm 1, plus 3 for cover. So I have 4 plus whatever I roll on this die. A 1 plus 4 is a 5, which is going to be 14. So that Gugulam goes unconscious.
Okay.
And that guy is now frenzied and will have an extra order at the start of the next turn if he's still living.
So now I am done. Again, this is what pays to when you're just learning the game. Why it pays to have a really good teacher and good person to play against.
Oh, the camera angle is terrible for this. You can't see any of that dynamic action that just happened.
That's why we have this camera.
Oh shit.
So, the last order for this guy, he ran up to that cover, shot his boarding shotgun, took out that guy with a roll of a 9.
Beating my 5.
Beating his ARO of a 5. So, in this game, you are interested in, when you have face-to-face roll-offs, you got to roll higher than your opponent, but less than the skill that you need. So, I had to roll under a 12. I rolled a 9 and an 18. The 18 didn't count, but the 9 did, and it beat his 5. So he took the wound, he rolled an armor save, but did not pass, and that guy's down to 0. Now, he has a doctor right there.
Yep.
Which is the reason why we don't remove him from the board. I would have to do 1 more wound to him in order to make that happen. Okay, and so that was the end of the Aleph turn. This guy who's up there, if he still remains alive at the end of this turn, will have an extra order, which I will actually have to take at the beginning of the turn, right?
Yes. And you have to move towards the nearest enemy model.
That's going to be rough, because, hi, Lasik, I'm right here. Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
So, yeah.
Impetuous is tough to manage.
So,
but it's cool.
Here we go.